Right now, I'm going to show you my latest gun that I just bought, and it's actually been, I'm trying to think about it, it's been a long time since I bought a gun, probably close to a year. No real reason. I own a ton of guns, so I hadn't found a gun that really interested me, and I was buying a bunch of other gear, like survival food, knives, and so on. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Jason Hanson. I'm a former CIA officer. Find more about the training at tacticalspyschool.com, and like I said, I own a lot of guns. So here is, well, first I'll show you the latest gun that I just purchased is actually a larger version of one of my favorite pocket carry guns. So the pocket carry gun that I carry often is the Sig P365. Great little gun. I use a Kydex holster. Make sure your holster has a good hook on it. That way when you drop from your pocket, it actually stays in there. And you'll go through a lot of holsters if you just start buying them randomly, because most people design these holsters who clearly don't carry in their pocket because it doesn't work. So make sure you have a good pocket holster. So the Sig P365 holds 10 rounds plus one in the chamber, total of 11 rounds. You can also buy an extended magazine to hold 12 rounds, so you'd have 12 plus 1 is 13. Anyway, great little gun. I've pocket carried this for several years now. I'm trying to think when this came out, but it seems like it's been several years that I pocket carry this, and I love this gun. So the new gun I just bought, as I said, it's just a larger version of that, is the Sig, and I'm gonna take it out of this holster here, which is still tight because I just bought it, is the Sig P360. The Sig confuses me with all their names, like simplify it. But anyways, Sig P365 XL Macro, or Macro XL, I don't remember. Just let's go with Macro. So this is a larger version of the gun, holds 17 rounds plus 1, so 18 rounds total. Great gun. I can't believe how thin the grip is, so it's a little over an inch wide. It feels really good in the hand, and basically this is what the Glock 19 should have been. I mean, this is the Glock 19 killer, if you will. Now, I know everybody loves Glocks, and I always say the reason most people love Glocks is because as former government, former police, you had to carry a Glock, and so you think that's the only thing that exists on the earth. But when you realize you can start using a bunch of other guns in your own spare time or after you leave government work, you're like, hey, there's a lot better guns out there. So yes, throw me the hate mail that I'm not the world's biggest Glock fanboy. Anyways, so this comes with night sights. You know, it's got a good grip, so it's not going to slip out of your hand or anything. Of course, it has rails, so you can throw on a white light and whatever else you need. Absolutely should. You'll see that I'm left eye dominant, right hand, so that's why I can't throw my hand here. But great gun. Nothing I dislike about it so far, but of course I just bought it, so I haven't had it for years, have any problems come up. Anytime I buy a new gun, there are 3 other things that I always buy. So first, because everybody thinks, hey, you buy a gun, it's, you know, $700. Well, of course you got to add on all the extras you need to buy with it. So first thing I always get is a holster for it. I usually buy Kydex holsters, but for whatever reason, because I've got a million holsters, like, no, I'm going to buy a leather holster for this. So this is a leather holster I bought. It is an outside the waistband. So we've got 320 acres. Stop it rocking there. We got our 320 acre spy ranch. So when I'm out there, a lot of times I'll have a gun on my hip. Often it's a Springfield 1911, but I'll have a gun on my hip, and then I'll have my Sig P365 right here that is in my pocket. So I bought an outside the waistband holster. That way I can wear it on my hip at the 3 o'clock position, and it is still very tight because I just bought this, but leather's fine, it's good. I have no reason not to. I just usually buy Kydex. Again, Kydex takes more of a beating, and when I'm out and it's super hot and I'm training and dust and dirt and all that, a lot of times, again, I just go with a Kydex. So next time I go out to Spy Ranch, this right here is going to be on my hip, and the Mini 365, regular 365, original 365, whatever you want to call it, is going to be in my pocket. So holsters, the first thing I always buy after I get a gun. Next is just more magazines. You should buy more magazines. You should have plenty of spare magazines. I would recommend going with quality magazines, because if the magazine doesn't work, then the gun's not going to work. Obviously, Magpul makes great magazines, but so does the factory magazines. So these are all Sig factory magazines from them. So buy spare magazines. Obviously, every gun comes with different amount of magazines, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. And when they're running promotions, you can get 1,000,000 magazines. So that's always a benefit. So magazines are the second thing I always buy anytime I get a gun. And third is just a mag pouch. Now, this is for training purposes. So when I'm out at Spy Ranch and I'm training, I'll have this as a double mag pouch. That way I can throw my magazines in it. When I'm going about normal about my day, I do not have this on my waistband, obviously. Maybe some people do, but no, I'm not Rambo. So if I'm going going to Walmart, if I'm out and about with the kids, if we're at a park or something, what I do is I might have this on my hip, who knows? I might have this in my pocket, but my spare magazine will be thrown in a back pocket, it'll be thrown in a pocket. So there are magazine pouch carriers, they're great. I just don't use them for whatever reason, just because I've been throwing a magazine pouch in my pocket for years, and I can just reach in there and grab it. So if you want to get a Ninja spare mag pouch, by all means do it, but if not, there's nothing wrong with throwing in your pocket. I'm going to let you in the dirty little secret, as I'm friends with many of the best gun instructors in the United States and the world, and some of them will say it like, oh yeah, I go about daily and I've got this on my hip. They don't really do that in real life, guys. In real life, they throw it in their pocket, because I'm friends with them and I know this, and we're out and about sometimes doing things. I think that about covers it. Make sure when you get your gun, as I said, you get a holster, you get magazines, you get a mag pouch for training purposes, and I'm just trying to think. There's one other thing I want to tell you, but I can't remember now. I am former CIA officer Jason Hanson. I'd appreciate it if you like, subscribe, turn on that ring notification, because I have a ton of videos that hopefully you'll find useful. And I really want to remember what that final thing I was going to tell you is going to drive me nuts. It was something that somebody asked me, and I was going to record this video, and they were asking about, well, I mean, you could throw a red dot, obviously. So there is a place to put the red dot on there, which is good. I'm old school, so I do have red dots on my pistols for home defense and stuff, but I also own plenty of pistols, which still, I just use the iron sights. And then for a white light under there, they said, you know, who to use? There's a million white light companies. Obviously, Surefire is well known. They make a good white light to throw under there, but just buy quality. I don't care you buy, as long as you buy quality. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go. I gotta shoot some guns. Have a wonderful rest of the day. God bless you. God bless your family.